Hello there and welcome to another video from Change Tips and Tools, and this is step 4 from the Date Checker Working with Dates series. So let's get straight into the action. Let's do this. So here we are where we left off on step 3, and a copy of the step 3 file that we created in that video can be found in the description. Along with that video can also be found in the description. Now what I've done is I've added some activities in here just to demonstrate what we're going to do as far as the reset process. But before I do that, the first thing that I want to do is create a key. So if I just show the calendars, we've got our current date, we've got our selected date, and we've got a adjusted date, and we just need to make sure it's clear what these are. So what I'm going to do is over on the right here, I'm going to do hide calendars. Now I'm then going to the review ribbon and select unprotect sheet. What I'm going to do here is I just want to again select that. I'm just going to use the arrow keys just to move it up a little bit like so. I'm then going to select cell X11 there in the sheet, and I'm going to type key, hit return. I'm going to make that bold, so on the home ribbon select bold like so. Then below it I'm going to do the first thing, so I'm going to select the cell, two cells together, and do merge and center, and I'm going to make sure that they are horizontally aligned as well. And let's do the current date, so the key for that. So I'm going to tab once and then tab again, and I'm going to highlight those two cells and then do merge and center like so, and again center it horizontally. I'm going to do DD for day, and I'm going to make that bold, and I'm going to make the font white. Let's make the fill green, and then I'm going to do the drop down on the borders, do more borders. I'm going to select this thin line here, select yellow, and then the outline, and then click OK. So that's the first one done. Let's then just drop down a row. So there we've got that row. Let's just drop down one row and then go to the right. I'm going to select these two cells here, merge and center, make sure they're horizontally aligned in the middle, in other words. And then I'm going to type selected date. So again, I'm going to tab to that, select these two cells, merge and center, horizontally in the middle. I'm going to make the font again white, and I'm going to do the fill, this blue here. So this is our selected date, and then as far as the border is concerned, more borders. Again, I'm going to select this line here and do the dark blue and do the outline. Okay. I'm then going to do DD, turn. Let's make that bold as well. Then down one more row to the left, and again I'm going to select these two cells, merge and center, and then lastly we're going to do adjusted date. Tab again over to the next column, highlight these two cells, do merge and center. Make it horizontally aligned. I'm going to make the font black and bold. Let's do that DD there. Yeah. And then let's do the fill to be the lighter blue. Again, do borders, more borders. Take this line and do the dark blue again. And do that outline like so, and click OK. So now we've got the key there. Let me just highlight this area like so. So from X to AA, and I'm just going to do a thick border line around it. And there you go, there's our key. So now that we've done that, let's write some code to reset. So fundamentally, what we want the user to be able to do is click a button, and this all gets cleared out and these reset to enter title without interfering with our formulas, etc. So first thing, let's let's create a button. So again, I'm going to do insert, shapes. I'm going to choose this rectangle with the rounded edges, and I'm going to draw a button like so. On the shape format, I'm going to choose this orange format here, and then I'm going to type reset contents, hit return. Well, don't hit return actually, just make sure you don't create another line below it or a carriage return. Okay, that's fine. So what I want to do there then on the home ribbon is I want to make it middle. I want to make it horizontally in the middle as well. Let's make it 20 font and bold. And then I'm going to go to shape format, and on the shape effects go to preset and choose this first preset here. So there we go. So we've got our reset content button. Now that we've done that, we are now ready to write the code. So I'm going to right click on the date checker tab, to view code. I'm going to double click on the date checker module there. So here's the code that we wrote in step 3. And again, the link to that video and that file where we left off can be found in the description. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and below end sub there, I'm going to start typing our next procedure, which is to reset the date checker. So I'm going to type sub reset underscore date underscore checker and hit return. And there we go. So the first thing that we need to do is make sure that the user really does want to clear the contents. So I'm going to do another note here, so apostrophe, check if user really wants to clear contents. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare another variable. So I'm going to call this dim my answer, like so. And I'm going to say that my answer, so let's get the answer from the user. So my answer, yeah, equals message box, and I'm going to do an open bracket because we want to return a value that then feeds into my answer. So I'm going to do open bracket. So the prompt, so open quotation mark, is going to be, are you sure you wish to do a question mark? So are you sure? Oh, can't type. Are you sure? So that should be a quotation mark. Are you sure you wish to reset date checker? And I'm going to do another quotation mark, like so. And then I'm going to do comma. So I'm going to do a VB yes no. So do VB Y and then just select it from the drop down list. Yes no. And then I'm going to do another comma. Then I'm going to do quotation marks and do reset date checker as the title. Yeah. And then I'm going to close that bracket. And I'm going to return. Hit return. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check to say if the answer is yes. So again, apostrophe if yes, reset contents. Yeah, then we need to do something. So again, I'm going to use an if statement. And what I'm going to do here is type if my answer, so if my answer equals VB yes, then we're going to clear the contents. So the one thing that you need to make sure that you do, so if I go back to the Excel, select Excel up here, is make a note of the ranges that you want to clear. So for example, if I take this, so it's a merge cells, remember, but the range is D3. So we want to set D3 to enter title. We want D3, we want I3, we want N3, and we want to do S3. Then as far as clearing the contents, is that we want to do from E5 to E24, we want to do G5 to G24, and so on. So make a note of the ranges that you want to delete before, so you don't keep going backwards and forwards. I'm then going to go back to my code. So the first piece and the line of code is going to be sheets, open bracket. Again, it's going to be the date checker. So I'm going to put that in quotation marks. Yeah, and I'm going to close the bracket. And the range, so the first range is going to be range, open bracket, and it's going to be E5 colon to E24, and then close the quotation marks, close the bracket, and then do full stop or a dot, and then clear contents. That's what we're doing, and hit return. Let me just tab that to indent it, and of course, which I haven't done, is do the end if to put that bookend on the end of it. And then I'm just going to copy this here. So copy it, and then I'm going to paste it and do the next range, which is going to be G5 to G24. So let me just repeat that for all the ranges that need to be cleared. Let me just do that. Now, if you pause the video there and just do that for yourselves in your code before we continue. Wonderful. Now, let's carry on. So now let's do the titles. So I'm just going to, again, on that, I'm going to do Control V. It's the same. But the first one is going to be D3, if you remember. So let's do D3. And this time it's going to be value equals, and again I'm going to put enter, title. So reset it to that. Oh. In quotation marks, and again let's just take that. We're going to have to do 4 of those, so I'm going to copy that, return, Control V. So that's D3. We want I3. Let's do N3. And do return, and I do Control V. And finally, we want to do S3. Okay, so we're clearing the contents and we've reset the titles. The other thing that we want to do is hit return there, go back to the spreadsheet. We want to reset these to include, plus, and set that and reset that to 0. So again, if I go back to my code, so that's what Z4, Z5 and Z6, yeah? So let's go back to the code. I'm going to do Control V again. So the first one is going to be Z4. Z4. And the value that we're going to put in there in quotation marks is going to be include. And then let me just paste that, control, copy that, control copy, return, do Control V. So it's going to be 5, the next one down, and we're going to change that to plus. And then do it again, Control V, and this one will be Z6. And this, because this is a number, we don't need to put in quotation marks, so we're just going to put 0 there. So we've now reset everything there if they select yes. If I do return, and then the last thing we need to do is just confirm to them that the change has been done. So we'll do a message box. We don't need to put this in brackets because we're not trying to return a value from it. So I'm going to do quotation mark, and do a full stop, and then close those quotation marks. I'm going to do comma. I'm going to type VBI for information, select VB information, do a comma, and again put a title, which will be reset date checker in quotation marks. So that's what happens if they say yes. But what happens if they say no? So I'm going to do an else and return, and I'm going to tab and say apostrophe, sorry, to do with comments, and let's just put a note in here. So if they choose no, let's let them know that the action has been cancelled. Yeah. There you go. So we don't need to change anything. All we need to do is a message box just to say message box. Let's put in quotation marks action cancelled. Full stop, comma, VB, exclamation. Let's go with that. Do comma, and then again, title, reset, date checker. Close those quotation marks. And there you go. That is it. We don't need to do anything else for that. Yeah. And again, you can use F8 to step through the code. And then once you're happy, just do the debug, compile it, save it, and then we can close this code here. So we've declared this my answer. We're going to return the answer to a message box, yes or no, which will capture in this variable. And then we're checking to see if they've said yes, then clear the contents and let them know it's been done. If they say no, don't do anything, you can just let them know it's been cancelled. That's all we're doing there. So let me just close that down. If I now right click on this reset, I'm going to right click on it and assign macro. And again, in this workbook, I'm going to choose reset date checker and click OK. And then I'm just going to click off that. Yeah. So now we can click on this and we can view calendars. Yeah, and we can hide calendars. And if we want to, we can say, right, I want to start again. We can do reset contents. And if I say, are you sure you wish to reset date checker? If I select no, it'll tell me the action has been cancelled, and I can click OK. And you can see over here, nothing has changed. nothing has changed here. So if I do it again, reset contents, and I select yes, oh, we've got an error. So let's just click debug here and jump into the code to figure out what's going wrong. So if I do F8, let's see what happens. So it's saying that cell has been protected. So let's just go to, which will cause a problem as well. So if I go back to here, and if I do stop and go back to here, so what that's telling me, our sheet's under protection, yeah, and if I try to change that at the moment, it's telling me that that is protected. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to escape, and we're going to do review, unprotect that sheet, and let's just check these cells here. So I'm going to do highlight them, do Control 1, and on the protection, see they're locked. So there's no way for our user. So that would be an error. So let's just untick these, click OK. Yep. And then if I view and hide, the protection has been reapplied. If I now go with the reset and do yes, it now works. And there you go. And obviously that would have interfered with the user being able to change those dates, but there you go. So we've now done that reset, we've pulled up an error, and we've done a bit of debugging, we've corrected it on that protection, and that is where I'm going to end this video. In the next video, we are going to build this calendar here, where it will pull through the activities into the calendar visual. So again, it'll be dynamic, and I'll show you how to build this, where it builds those activities. So where we've got in the date checker these activities added and this activity description, it's then pulling through into the calendar. So in the checker current month, you can see it's pulling through the ID and the activity in a contextual way into that calendar. So that's what we're going to cover in the next video, and I'll show you how to build that dynamically. So I hope you found this useful and informative. If so, please remember to click that like, subscribe, and smash that notifications button for future content. And as always, I wish you an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe and take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video from Change, Tips and Tools. Bye bye now.